You didn't play it nearly as long
I
as
was
that time.
gonna say,
Like, you didn't even let it ride at all. You just fucking.
what is going on with you today, man?
This motherfucker. God damn.
This is what
Someone else
happens
needs
when
to
you
take over starting the show from now on. What's happening?
Yeah, man.
This is what happens when you fuck. Oh, by all means, man. You guys want to start? And
No.
I'm more than happy.
I went a little too far on that one. I think it's okay if you.
I don't really have the the whole music thing and the buttons and stuff. You know what I mean? But like,
that's all you. That's all you, dog.
Yeah,
Don't fuck it up again. Don't fuck it up again.
All this hate.
No hate. Just concern. That's what this is. It's concern.
Listen, guys, I've been drinking a lot all day.
You don't even drink.
Wait, you've been drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
No, I've just been having water. I'm just.
Okay. I was
Right.
like, what? Drinking on the job. Your coworkers listen to this?
That's right.
Oh no, but if the funny thing is, if my coworkers listened to this and heard me say I've been drinking all day, all of them would be like, that might make sense about how Brian acts in meetings. But instead, the unfortunate part is I don't drink. They all think I'm crazy, and they wonder why I'm crazy in meetings, and that's the part that I wish I could explain. Folks, we got an awesome guest this week.
Sure. Yes, we do.
I felt like we were doing a little bit of a tiger belly nod right there, where we have the guests quietly, respectfully not saying anything until we introduce them. But ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tyler Lemco.
Yes, sir.
Shout out.
That's a podcast rule, right? You don't say anything till they get mentioned.
There you go.
I didn't know that was a podcast rule because the first time I was a guest on my friend's podcast, I just started talking, and then people were just like, "Yo, who is?"
They're like, whose man's is this?
Yeah,
did they mute you?
No, they didn't mute me. My friend didn't say anything, but it was more the comments like, "Who is this? Why is this person starting off like they run the show?" And I'm like, "This is why I didn't talk. This is
talking during the intro and shit."
Yeah, because I listened to the show, but I don't know the flow at the beginning. But shout outs to Nelly and them because they were nice enough to just let me chill out. The All Dressed podcast is the one that I was thinking.
Oh, true. Yeah. Shout out to them. I did make that intro, and yet I have not been invited on yet.
Well, okay. I'll say this.
I'm fucking with them. I don't care.
They haven't done a show in a minute because I know they're all busy, and I'm hoping that they'll start jumping back soon.
There's too many of us. We couldn't all be on. It would just be like all of us, jumping onto their intro and stuff. But anyways, beyond
that would be wild.
I want to come on that podcast when you guys do it.
Right?
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it now.
Yo, we should get up Nelly and be like, yo, crossover podcast, 12 people in the room. Let's do this.
Is there a reason why it's called All Dressed?
I don't know. I guess it's a reference to because Quebec is the only place that has all dressed pizza, right? Is that the thing? Is that true?
I believe
that's true. Well, it's more of a Canadian thing, I think.
It's Canadian. Okay.
Or is it? Yes, Canadian.
Everywhere else is deluxe or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I was right now years old when I learned that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, okay. You want to hear an even crazier one? I was 8 when I realized we lived on an island.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
that one I knew.
Yeah. So your coworkers were not wrong, Brian.
Listen, okay, it's been a crazy day. I'm all up in the astral plane talking to T'Challa now.
That's amazing. I didn't even notice your background. That's awesome.
I put up my green screen because I've had this green screen for months and I've never used it. And I was just like, you know what? We're taking a break next week. We got a guest. Let's try and make it look pretty. So
speaking of
all fancy,
Dr. Lemco, it's very nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. How's life? How's COVID been? How's things been for you?
It sounds bad to say, but what a great year I had.
That's fair, man.
That's fair.
Please expand.
Aside from all the suffering worldwide, personally, yeah, things are great. Feeling good. Making silly stuff. What could you ask for?
I feel like it's fair too because Jessie Reyes was saying in one of her songs, she did the remix to Fuck 2020, and on the remix she talks about the fact that like while the whole world was burning, I was celebrating because I actually wanted some time off, and she's not the only one who's had that sentiment with the pandemic. So
the only reason I go anywhere is because I feel guilty or like I'm gonna miss something. But if I don't have to, that's ideal. Right. If there's nothing happening anywhere and everyone's got to stay home, dream scenario.
Yeah.
I would concur with that, man.
I'm kind of with him. Yeah, I'm with that. Definitely.
Do you think that's an age thing? Do you think it's as we got older we started feeling like that, or did you guys always feel like that when you were younger?
Yeah, I've always
I
felt like that.
Okay.
Really?
So I only started smoking weed later in life, like in my late 20s.
Yes, you did. I've been trying to get you to smoke, and then all of a sudden you're a pothead.
Yeah, that definitely contributed to enjoying staying home and doing nothing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
100%.
Because anything's cool when you smoke weed.
That's right, kids.
There's nothing wrong with that statement.
Legit.
Last night I spent like 90 minutes reading about Rasputin, and after 90 minutes I was like, what am I doing with my time?
Yo, those murder documentaries hit different when you
Yo, rabbit hole. Was it a wiki rabbit hole that
man.
led to Rasputin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. For sure.
These
Wiki
days,
rabbit holes.
these days when I'm looking around for like, I don't know, like different spots, or I'm like, say, checking out houses, I look at the deck and I'm almost like, that's a good spot to smoke weed. Legit.
Yeah.
I need a solarium and a big ass deck for mainly smoking weed. Nothing else. Nothing else. So I feel you on. Yeah, everything's kind
Yo,
of cool.
I
A
still-
weed solarium.
I still haven't tried weed. Still never. And
You know,
I don't think I want you to.
that's what everyone's always saying now, which is, I feel like, is that a good thing? Bad
You'd
thing?
like it, and then I don't know. Like, you're productive now. Nah.
Yeah. I do like being productive.
It takes you down, and then it takes you a couple years so that you're a functional pot smoker, so that you can
That's
get
very fair.
friggin' like back to doing things productive again.
Interesting.
First couple of years, you're done though.
I'm still on that first couple of years plan.
It's the best.
if there was ever a time to be on that vibe, it was
Now's
definitely
the
during
vibe, yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it would have been amazing for the.
I only started smoking weed at like 28 because I sold a show that I was the host of, and it was like a weed show where me and guests would get high and watch web videos, and I didn't tell the company that I sold it to that I didn't smoke. So I just did some like training before we got to set, and it was
some training. I like that Kumail Nanjiani had to go to the gym for the
Yeah.
All right,
train
got
for the Eternals.
Well,
Yeah, take it for the team.
You got abs. I had to buy a dab rig.
He got abs. I got dabs.
Did-
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what? I did notice, Tyler, that you did a Reddit Ask Me session
AMA?
not too long
Ask me
ago.
anything. Yeah.
Ask Me Anything. And you have something in common with our buddy who's next to you on the screen here. Someone asked you what your favorite Christmas movie was.
Oh no!
shit.
Why are you starting?
Yes, yes.
Right off the
Yes.
bat, though.
Amazing.
Not even-
Did we work up to this?
Wait. Before you
Because
tell me,
I don't want to disrespect Tyler, but if he says what I think he's about to say, this isn't going to go well.
before you tell me what it is, I just want to say that whatever AMA you're referring to is old, so I reserve the right to not agree with it.
Okay. Amazing.
I
Okay.
like the backpedaling already. I'm very happy with this.
You said your favorite Christmas movie was Die Hard.
Why?
I mean,
Why?
it's a Christmas movie.
No, oh my God.
Nope.
Toby,
Nope.
I fucking hate you. You know this every time it comes up.
That's a Christmas. It happens at Christmas.
That's
That doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
okay. So
So
wait,
wait, hold
are
on.
we
y'all.
doing-
my God.
are we
Did
doing-
you bring this up
You know
just to argue?
I know he did. I know Toby did. Toby knew exactly. Toby brings up Die Hard.
What are
He
you,
brings up
chaos?
Wanted. What's the other movie you bring up that you know triggers me?
Don't
Every
worry.
I'm
time.
so happy right now. Tyler, if you so happen to say that you enjoy the movie Wanted, I'll be the happiest person in the world right now.
Dave, get this. He's got a
What is-
wrestling podcast too.
What's
There
that?
you go. He's got a, yep.
Wanted the one where they curve the bullet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
All right. That we agree with. Okay, perfect.
Worst. Yo, dude. Have you ever read the comic book it's based on though, Tyler?
Probably. Not.
Jesus.
Oh, dude. Okay, so that's one thing I'll tell people. Anyone who's listening to this, anyone who's watching this, I say it every time. If you guys get a chance to read the original Wanted trade, it is very, very well done. The reason the movie is the way it is they bought the rights to the movie off the first issue. And then because it wasn't completed, the person that they gave it to read the first issue and was just like, okay, I guess I'll just expound on this one part of the story, and continued and wrote the movie. And that's why it's so completely different. The comic book is insane. Like
the movie is utter trash.
Dude, the comic book has alternate reality villains and heroes fighting, people going through portals, people destroying it's epic comic book style stuff. Like if you're a superhero fan, it is fun to read. It's Injustice before Injustice, if that's
they definitely shouldn't have called it Wanted. It's not even the same material at all.
Same names for the characters, that's it.
Yeah.
Only thing. And the fact that they didn't get Halle Berry to play Fox and got Angelina Jolie is so disrespectful, especially since the character is literally drawn as Halle Berry. It's just like he drew Halle Berry and Eminem. Those are the characters. He drew them as Eminem as the main guy and Halle Berry as the girl. And
wait, Eminem was the common character?
No, the main guy, the Jack, James McAvoy.
The guy who's Professor. Yeah, the guy who's Professor.
Yeah.
So McAvoy's character in the comic book, he's drawn as Eminem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, but you get used to it. You get used to it.
I don't know.
Once you get to it, you're just like, okay, he looks like Eminem. That's fine.
That would be like Marvel drawing Nick Fury like Sam Jackson, but then they hire Morgan Freeman as Nick Fury in the movie or something. That's exactly what the equivalent is.
Tell me Morgan Freeman wouldn't destroy that role.
As Nick Fury, though? Really?
I think Morgan Freeman would put it off.
It would be interesting.
A younger Morgan Freeman? Yeah.
No, I think
as Nick Fury? I don't know. I don't see it.
Give me old man Morgan Freeman in the black trench coat with an eye patch. I'm fucking there. That sounds like a wild fucking story.
He did it more like Shaft.
That's honestly just Nick Fury as Shaft.
Let's be real.
That's so true.
Big facts. Big facts. Wow.
Did you ever see the time that David Hasselhoff was Nick Fury?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Direct TV, CBS movie.
What is with you and owning and seeing these movies that no one should ever see, Dave?
I don't own that one. I wish I did. Because it'd be so garbage to watch.
The original Avengers.
I die laughter.
Yeah, you own the original Avengers and the original Fantastic Four? Dave.
Sorry, you guys completely. My connection went bad for a second. My connection went bad. I'm like, what happened? And then you guys are like, Dave. I'm like, what's up?
And Dave was just like,
so
I don't want to talk about this. Again? We asked if you had both the Fantastic Four and the Avengers 70s movies, like those really cheesy ones. Not the 70s, but the.
No, I do have the Captain America one though.
Are you a big fan of Edward Norton as the Hulk?
Ooh,
yes, I'll stand by that any day of the week.
I'm with that, though. 100%.
I
liked it too. No,
really?
No, okay. I'm down for this.
Wait, do you not like the movie, or do you not per se like his depiction
Bruce?
I think it's tough to properly gauge his depiction because the movie was bad.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, okay.
That's fair.
The movie was bad. Okay.
I think it was horrible. I wouldn't say it's the best movie out there. I wouldn't say that. It's not the best Marvel movie, but
I like when people don't have the same outlook, because most geeks I know are just like, this is such an underrated MCU film. And I'm like, I like it. I don't think it was the best one, but it's definitely better than the Ang Lee one. But the Ang Lee one, I felt just didn't have good enough graphics, because the concept that Ang Lee was doing, where this is a comic book
before its time.
Right? Yeah. Like, this is a comic book on the screen. Like, here, I'm going to flip through sections and move through panels and stuff like that. And that felt super cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then Norton came along and did his version where, it's the usual. He did kind of a Bigsby thing, like a throwback to the 70s Hulk TV show, where it's like, I just want to be alone. I'm just roaming around. I help people when I have to, but ultimately just leave me alone.
But okay, so I don't agree though. Like his
okay.
Hulk might be whack, but he's not the Hulk, right? It's CGI. I think his Bruce. I liked his Bruce.
Okay.
I like a Hulk.
That Hulk was great though, in my opinion.
His Hulk was too fierce for actually that doesn't make sense, because Bruce is supposed to be really soft compared to Hulk. However, Norton's soft wasn't like. You don't see him being like getting angry and be like, I need to stop this. He looks like a runaway type of motherfucker.
That's what I liked. I like
whereas current Bruce
Ruffalo
looks like he'll cower, but eventually be like, all right, well, fuck.
Ruffalo looks like the kind of guy who will cry and fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but some of his personality rubbed off on the Hulk in Endgame, though.
No, I agree with Tyler, though. When it comes to a Bruce Banner depiction, Edward Norton did a decent job, but I think Ruffalo embodies the kind of sense of like, I genuinely do not want to be here. Like that, in the comic book that got like, I don't know. It's funny enough. I saw this panel yesterday. Someone put it in their story. I think it's Coolverse put it up in his story. Shout outs to him. But the panel is the times that Bruce tried to commit suicide. So he shoots himself. He like puts a gun point blank in his mouth, and the Hulk spits out the bullet. He takes pills. The Hulk spits out the pills. He tries to slit his wrist. The Hulk heals immediately, and it's just. And I think the thing is just like, never tell me that comic books are for kids, because it's just like, obviously you have 3 panels of Bruce Banner trying to kill himself. Right, that's not something kids should be reading. But it is Mark Ruffalo embodies that Bruce better. That guy who, because Edward Norton's Bruce wanted to survive. He was running because he's trying to fix himself. He's trying to be better. He's trying to like get out of his situation. Whereas Ruffalo is just like, this is who I am. I hate my life. I don't want to exist. The secret is that
changes, right?
Yeah,
that changes as the series, and I think that's where people were like, the whole suicide thing that you just talked about was the reason why people were a little shocked when the Hulk wouldn't come out in Endgame.
Yeah, yes,
because we're like,
or what if it's because they never specify? What if when the Hulk hulks up, his dick stays the same size?
Dude, that is a very valid. What happens?
What happens?
To that appendage.
You would think the pants get all shredded. You think he would see something at some point?
Oh wow! That's crazy. That might be the first time I've ever actually.
God damn.
I can never look at the Hulk the same anymore.
Well, that's like in Old Man Logan. At least we know. I mean, we know it works because in Old Man Logan, we know him and Jen have kids.
Oh yes, yeah.
Which is disgusting, but
that's true.
Lord have mercy.
I hope Black Widow got torn apart.
No.
I'm gonna use this chance.
Is that why she was so obsessed with Bruce?
Maybe.
Natasha was just like, "Listen, I can't have kids, but I can ride this all day." It's like, oh no, Natasha.
Oh my god.
Dark. Sorry, Skinny. You were about to say something as a new father.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna say anything as new father. I was trying to use the whole penis reference to segue into quickly Dark Side of the Ring, because I know you watched that recent episode. Dave, I know you have to have watched this recent episode, maybe.
No, I'm actually completely behind that, but I heard what it was and I saw a lot of highlights and a lot of interview highlights.
Toby, you've heard of this Plane Ride from Hell? We all know. Okay. I wanted to know about this Plane Ride from Hell in details, and there was a lot of penises apparently. So,
rewind. Plane Ride from Hell is what generation? What years?
Attitude Era 2000. 2002.
It was like 2024. It's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago, 2002.
It was on the day when they switched from WWF to WWE.
Yes, that's when they came back. Wow. It was over that weekend, and they were in Europe doing the capping off the European tour with the Invasion, Insurrection pay-per-view. And yeah, essentially Ric Flair, NWO was in there, but kind of a bunch of people like OGs and so on.
Yeah.
Even Vince was on the plane in first class with JR, his wife, so on. Yeah.
Depends who you ask.
Depends who you ask, true. According to Dark Side of the Ring, he was there, and then everybody else, who knows. But shit got wild, and wrestlers are some you never want to meet your
They don't grow up.
It's not that they don't grow up. That's some next level frat boy shit.
Yeah, it's frat shit.
Yeah,
it's wild frat shit. To the point where, as we were saying about penises, our man, who wants to see Ric Flair's penis? Apparently a bunch of 30-year-old, or at the time, 30 to 40-year-old men who are all drunk off of who knows what. And it was only alcohol and maybe some pills. But
I was going to say, isn't it historically known that they were all taking drugs?
I think there's a lot of pills.
Yeah, to do that many shows and travel, and it's like a carnival, bro. They're all carnies at the end of the day.
And also, for those who haven't seen it or who don't know the story, it was a perfect storm of events because they were stuck on the tarmac for 7 hours
7
before.
hours.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were thinking. Yeah, the whole time I'm thinking
they were drunk way before they
even took
Yeah.
off.
3 carts of booze before they took off.
Holy
And,
shit!
and
Usually they'll go through one.
they interview like the flight attendant, and they ask her like, has that ever happened? She's like, we've never been through one.
Oh my god!
Nope. They
Yeah.
started pouring for themselves at one point. I mean, I think I would have tried to cancel that if, like,
Yeah, I'm
you
shocked
know-
the flight took off because usually in those situations, like it's like the club. You don't if someone is wasted, you don't let them into the
Is there a
club.
was
private
chartered.
flight though?
It was chartered.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit.
it was chartered. Yeah.
and it
it
was
was
2002.
Yeah.
Anything goes in 2002. You mean like
God
low
damn.
cut jeans and thongs above them? You know, shit was wild.
Yeah.
Tails,
Shit was
tails.
crazy. Goddamn.
Yeah, there's definitely I can understand the mentality of like, oh, Rick's gonna put the robe on and helicopter his dick around and all the boys are gonna cheer and laugh. That's some shit. It's some frat boy shit, but it's not toxic. But then there's definitely like a clear cut line that gets crossed at a lot of junctures of that episode and story.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
I don't
Yeah,
think they're
without-
expecting
Can
it
I-
to be blown up like that.
Can I have a hint at one of them? Is there anything?
Oh,
to,
Well, like I mean, like let's put it this way, man. There's stewardesses, and he does a move called a helicopter when he opens up his robe. You think about it.
Lord.
And then there's like it goes into like him cornering someone and like being like touch it and like
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer got suspended from Impact because in the episode he's like, that's not a harassment. That's just Rick being Rick. That's just funny.
Yeah, that was
He's like
not
everybody's
smart of that
offended
man
by
to say.
everything these
The
days.
dude
Yeah.
has a dogger. Like, what the fuck is he saying?
Yeah, he got fired immediately. That was,
Yeah.
wow.
Yo,
Sorry,
yeah,
can I
man.
swear?
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah, of
Fuck it,
course.
why not?
Of course. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, anytime someone asks if I can swear, I'm like, fuck it, man. Say what you want to
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Like,
Also, we don't go through these things and edit things, so just
Yeah.
yeah. This is live. It's
Yeah.
streaming, and then we just put the live audio out.
We
so-
might give you timestamps. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
they might be in order. We're here.
Yo,
But the-
man.
The only thing
That
I
is
sucked
weird.
about. Oh, sorry.
Go
No, I
ahead.
was just saying, it's crazy. It's crazy. Go
No,
ahead.
because the only thing I find fucked up is a lot like Ric Flair's obviously tried to defend himself on this fact, and a lot of people have said characteristically he wouldn't do such a thing. But like you see this girl's reaction and like
Wait, who said Ric Flair?
Ric Flair went on Instagram recently and said, "I never forced myself
Yeah.
on anybody," and I'm like,
Well, yeah,
that's
he's gonna say
bullshit.
that.
But other people who are like defending him, I'm like, this is something A, you should stay out of, and B, it's like, I don't believe you guys over this. When the girl makes her statement, you're like, okay, this like she has a very clear
Yeah.
memory of what happened,
Yeah.
and then all these guys are like defending this guy who like, I'm like, people should shut up and like just listen.
You know who I bet doesn't have a great recollection of what happened?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
God damn.
Yo,
You
I'm,
know,
yeah,
I was thinking though, like there's been a lot of talk about him. Like he got released from his WWE contract. He showed up in NWA. There's been a lot of talk of him showing up in AEW. I had a feeling this whole Tully Sting angle they're doing is leading to Rick showing up.
Mhm.
I got to assume this hurts that. You can't bring him out at this point.
No, you can't. Like, and if anything, he was going to probably. I think he was going to maybe be the new manager of El Idolo, but like, that's not going to happen now because like you want people to tune in, not change the channel, and like no one's going to watch him now.
so I
Especially
had
they're careful. No,
Yeah.
WWE doesn't give a shit. AEW does.
Yeah.
But I was having, we've had this conversation on the pod, and I was having this conversation again today recently, where it's the whole thing of if you are actively if you're being remorseful for what you did and you're trying to change, I don't think it's wrong to give someone a chance. Same thing I said about Wayland, the country singer guy. I know he didn't end up finishing paying off all the money he said he was going to donate, and I still think he has time to. But the fact that when he got caught doing what he did, told his fans, "Yo, don't stand up for me. what I did was wrong, and then went to a rehab. And hey, even if this is a rollout, at least he's trying to do something. As opposed to some of the other people, he dropped N-bombs while he was drunk across the street, and it got caught on someone's ring. You know those like buzzers, Amazon buzzer things.
Oh, no. All you got to do is bring him out with Titus O'Neil. That makes everything better, apparently.
Yes.
Make one appearance with one person to go.
Stand next to him.
Because that's the thing. Has Rick? You were saying Rick on Instagram was saying like was trying to defend himself as opposed to just apologizing.
He went at length to say that he did start off by saying like I've done transgressions and like I've always atoned for them, and like there was like a big part of him being like it's very public. I've had demons and like I've owned up to all those and all that stuff, but like after all that, he basically got to a point where he was just saying, I've never forced myself onto anyone, and nor have I, type thing. And like
that's not what that stewardess things.
Yeah,
you know,
I guarantee in his opinion,
or maybe in his brain, maybe.
Well,
maybe he doesn't know what the line is.
There's 1,000. There's Ric Flair's been 200 flight attendants. He doesn't know the ones that are or aren't interested. He's just going to be Ric Flair regardless, and that's problematic.
Yeah,
exactly. Because he lived his character in his life.
Yeah.
That's so.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, hopefully he gets the help. I mean, it doesn't excuse what was done, but that I feel like because what you guys were saying, where he's not going to be able to come out anymore. I'm at a point where I used to think that was the lane to take, where if someone fucked up, it's just like cool, erase them and let's just move on. But I feel like that limits conversations. And that becomes problematic where we're not having the conversations to how can this person get better. You know, Ric Flair has been in the wrestling zeitgeist for as long as I've known wrestling, and to try and erase him because of mistakes that he's done it's not going to happen. You can't erase him. Some of the biggest matches that have ever been are his, and they're the most talked about. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying more like I'm not necessarily to wipe him off. I'm not saying wipe him off.
But I'm saying like some
the memory. But some people would try to, but it would be impossible for him. But I'm saying more on a like this channel's been a new channel, well, relatively new, 2-3 years old at this point, and like they're doing a lot of the right moves to try and put him on TV right now would just be like I would assume it instantly drop ratings as opposed to increase them. Whereas if let's say if you do damage control or at least wait a while, because again, like a lot of people want to know this, but like this story's been around for a while, and anytime you hear it, like right away you're like, yeah, I don't know what happened by the rumors, but nothing good happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like there was always like people not doing.
It's one of those things where like we all, you know, if you know who Ric Flair is, you assume he's cornering flight attendants with his robe only on. Like it's Ric Flair's brand. The problem is
he was in Amigos video, so I mean,
yeah, like it's Ric Flair. I'd be more surprised if he didn't do that. It was just, when you put a face on it and you actually hear it from the mouth of the person it happened to, then it's like, oh, that's a person, and that's not so kosher.
Yeah,
I'm sure Ric Flair did that to a lot of people over the years, not knowing it.
Yeah.
Can I ask something to you guys as wrestling fans, though?
Yeah,
do you actually care
about what?
Yeah, about him coming back.
No, I don't give a shit.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like honestly, like no offense, you're like 60+ years old. Like even like I love one of my favorite wrestlers of all time was Sting, and even though he's on AEW now and he's done some good stuff, he's 60.
Has he?
He's still. Well, I mean, he's done better than I thought he would do. I would say, at 61 years old, I'm like, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. You know?
Dave has the streak of just sticking with things, even while the building is burning. You know, just every time. You know how horses, horses run back into the barn when it's on fire because it's the same place.
Hey! You guys were listening to that Kanye and Drake CDs that you bitched up for half an hour. They're not the best fucking things. So yeah, I watch a match from time to time. Go fuck yourselves.
It's not that you watch a match, it's that you watch a match of Sting wrestling in 2021. They did cinematic match. Of course I'm gonna watch it.
Well, he's also another
it's in the camera angles and shit, you know?
But there's this weird
what? Camera angles?
There's this weird thing like African wrestling that if you're like an old legend, you're like more powerful. Like Sting Sting, they do it with Goldberg, they do it with these like old men that any of us could beat up. It's like, oh, they're so powerful because they're old.
Barely lift you, but they're so powerful.
Yeah.
I feel like I mean I haven't watched any of those matches, but I can only imagine that the person they're wrestling is putting in so much work.
Oh, 100%. They're carrying the whole thing.
Dude, to sell it, like the whole being thrown, and it's just like at the end of the match, they're just like covered in ice and Tiger Bomb just being like,
I think as a kid when I first noticed that was when Pat Patterson and is it Briscoe?
Yeah.
When those two first came, I was like,
Oh,
whoa, what is going
Hold on.
There's a limit.
You guys shouldn't be doing this. Wait a minute.
That is great.
Yeah, and then like they're power bombing Mae Young through a table. It's like,
oh my gosh, yes, that's so true.
Yeah.
Old ladies too.
Old ladies.
The locker room full of guys who could do that bump.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of healthy people who do that. No, let's get the one with a bad hip.
Yeah.
Yo, she could barely. I was like, oh my god, this lady's gonna die at any moment.
Hey man, she took it in stride. You man, those paychecks must have been good because I'm eating something going through a table. You're paying my ass.
Yeah.
You're paying for both hips, nigga. You're like, fuck out of that.
Yo, they. But the thing is, you guys ever play No Mercy on Nintendo 64?
Of course.
One of the best video games ever.
Yep.
They were super OP in those games too, man.
Yeah.
You could literally beat up the Undertaker with Gerald Briscoe.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're legend.
And beat his ass too, not like feather hits, like you're knocking him the fuck out, busting him open.
Great,
hey, man. We got to put respect on their names. That's how you honor them through the games.
Oh man,
giving them 100+ OP. And
like at this point, when Sting and all these guys show back up, I imagine that them appearing is pretty much just so that for licensing, it'll make sense in the same way in comic books where we have a movie and it's going to be about this character. All of a sudden in the comic books, we start writing the comic book this way. When Sting shows up, it's just like, okay, licensing, we're going to put him back in the game. He's going to do this. Okay, cool. Everything's signed off. It's all worked out. He does a few appearances, cinematic match, give him his money, and then he's going to retire again in a year or two.
So that's what I thought, but he's there every week.
Yeah. Is he still?
Yeah. Mind you, he's always in a supportive role. He hasn't had his own story arc, let's say.
No, he just works there.
Yeah, he just works there. Straight up. They do it, honestly, one of the reasons why they do it is because merch equals instant cash. When him and CM Punk, when their shirts came out, sold out right away.
But that's what I was saying.
Away.
Well, Dave, you got mad at me when I started talking about CM Punk, and I noticed that CM Punk's return that week was coincided with his appearance on Heels, and I was just like, "Well, this motherfucker's out here just promoting."
Yeah, but I was like, I'm just saying the two are not connected. I just said that they're not connected. I'm just saying that's it is what it is. I mean, it's well timed, and maybe there was
not well timed. It's planned. Saying it's timed to make it sound like.
Well, but like, I'm worried for Sting though. Anybody checked on his back and cow lately? Like, is that why he's still there? Or what's that?
I heard that there's if you want to book Sting for an indie show or for a signing or something, there's his normal fee, and then it's something crazy like I think it's like 10 grand more if you want the paint on.
Oh, you know what though? He's right.
Sense.
You're right though.
He's right. It's one thing to have Jordan come sign. It's another thing to have Jordan show up in the jersey. I respect it.
Yeah.
Do you want Sting or Steve? Which one?
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's exactly. It's not even a joke.
Because I don't want a picture with Steve.
No, I don't want a picture with Steve. Who's Steve?
60-year-old man.
Here's this old guy that he met on the street.
I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Yo, all respect.
By the way, that is his real name for anyone who doesn't.
Yeah, Steve Jordan is his name.
I wasn't sure, so good.
Nice. I just also want to add though, all respect to Sting because we make these jokes, but I still wouldn't fuck with Sting. Like we joke about being able to beat him, but I'm not gonna jump in the ring with Sting if ever asked. Like this dude probably he still knows what he's doing.
How do you break down that extra fee though? Like so
that's
10
how much
grand. The
I
white,
like it's how much he doesn't want to put the paint on. there's
He's like, this is annoying. This is annoying.
10 grand. Holy
There's
shit.
a definitive price on how much he hates it.
Hey,
Doing it in the mirror, being all angry.
Hey, Sting, you only gave me like half the face. What's going on? You only gave me $5 grand.
Yeah.
Did he go through a phase in WWE without wearing the paint though?
No.
No, or
There was
early Sting where Surfer Sting. Yeah, he was Surfer.
There was
Sting.
less paint.
Yeah, because Surfer Sting was kind of
It
like
still
Ultimate
had-
Warrior.
Yeah, it still had some.
It was the
And,
Ultimate Warrior mask style, right? Where his
Yeah.
mouth was. Yeah. Okay.
And TNA, he was Joker Sting, which was terrible.
That was super bad. I watched like a wrestling bios on that shit recently. And oh my god, that was just like my career is going down, and I'm just gonna try and do whatever I can to hold on to it.
So
The
what was
Joker's
the
popular.
Joker Sting. He had like the red lipstick thing
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, really?
It was a play
Yeah,
like he
yeah,
was
yeah.
going insane and so
Yeah.
on. So like he started doing the Why So Serious and
It was
He
bad.
started the whole thing was ripping off the Crow. Why not try another one?
Yeah,
Exactly. Why not?
Yo,
triple double it. Why not? Let's go.
big
Yeah.
ass.
Go back to the well. But I find a lot of these wrestling companies do that. Where I was just talking to someone today about, I can't imagine anyone, any fan in the world, or anyone in WWE, corporation thinks that Eva Marie is a better wrestler than Ruby Riot.
Oh
But you put
god.
her in 'cause she's got whatever 11 million Instagram followers. That's why she's there.
Yeah.
Facts. Big
So
facts.
yeah, same deal.
Oh gosh.
The wonderful world of wrestling. You gotta love it.
Tyler, outside of wrestling, what else? What else do you watch?
Consume.
normally? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much wrestling to watch. There's little time outside of that, but
It's so true. Actually.
Have you checked out Heels?
I haven't seen Heels yet. How is it?
Well, so I mean, the pilot. Remember when we did the pilot episode? We're
Yep.
like, that pilot, that's a pilot, all right. Like,
That's a pilot.
like the pilot was a little weak. A lot of table setting, a lot of trying to introduce every single character and establish. And that's one of the things I'm not liking about pilots this year. I'm gonna mention dishonorable mention to Ordinary Joe on NBC for having the worst pilot I've seen in like 10 years. But it's just like pilots, because you're trying to catch people's attention really quickly, you're trying to establish the story really quickly so people don't feel like there's too much of a road. That show was trying to do that in the first episode. They're really trying to establish like, okay, Cain and Abel type story. Dad's dead. His old partner went on, made money, and it's just like, whoa, guys, you could have pulled this, you could have stretched this out a bit. The big brother tight on money, his crew not sure they can trust him, his favorite guy quitting, his brother has a big ego, disrespectful. It's like, whoa, guys, this is the first 2 episodes. Why are you jumping so fast to make all these points? Like,
Have you kept up?
No, I wanted to, because after I joked with Dave how bad CM Punk was going to be in that episode, I was actually looking forward to seeing how CM Punk did as a performer, because it's one thing to be a wrestler and know that culture and perform in that culture. It's another thing to play a wrestler in a TV show.
Right.
And but I didn't get a chance to watch that episode, so I'm a good number of episodes behind. But I did see the episode where they got the bar fight, and the bar fight episode was really good. That's one thing that I can say, like, the girl that's his partner, the brother's partner, you guys know I watch everything. I'm a weird nerd. So she's originally a Disney kid from a show called Lab Rats, where she played a superhero, and I've seen her do all the athleticism on that show. So when she came out and there's that trailer where they show her do like that jump, kick, spin, and drop the guy.
Hurricanrana.
Yeah, right. That word.
Hurricanrana.
What's it called?
Hurricanrana. Like hurricane and then Rana.
Hurricanrana.
No, not Hurricana. Hurricanrana.
Hurricanrana.
It sounds, yeah, you're basically saying like a Dukin, but yeah.
Hurricane minus the E. Rana.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Don't do that.
that's Rey
Don't disrespect
Mysterio's
that.
like that's like Rey Mysterio's main move right there.
And she did it
Call it
really.
a Frankensteiner.
Frankensteiner. Yeah, that is the open door.
All to say that for you guys who are fans of wrestling, if you see her do it and you guys like it, then as fans, you might be like, well, if this girl who's not supposed to be a main wrestler is able to do moves like this, they actually got real wrestlers to help them developed this show. And that's where I think as fans of wrestling, you guys might appreciate the show more than me. Because again, I used to be a fan, but I haven't kept up with it. And I don't know the name of that insanely badass movie she does.
Literally, Black Widow does it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
She does Hurricanrana into armbar all the time.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
She steps up into it all like
Move 203 armbar.
Followed by the hair flip right after.
Did any of you watch Young Rock?
Yes.
Oh my God, Young Rock is great.
Did you like it? Oh, how did you feel with the wrestling in it?
I mean, I feel like they really are trying to play it as this is just the stuff in the background because
the wrestling is a side character.
Yeah, the wrestling is definitely used. The wrestling is an important character. Like my day with Andre type episode they did where Andre the Giant takes the kid out. Great episode. But then you have the episode where he's taking that blonde girl that he's so into.
Dad show.
Yeah, to his dad's show that ends up being in the parking lot, and the wrestling in that one was so background. But I did respect the fact that in his dad's head, I'm performing at Madison Square Garden right now. Like the dad sees every ring the same, and that was cool that they were showing when he was standing on the ropes. To him, it was like it doesn't matter who's here. This is my stage, and I thought that was cool.
I think the wrestling in the show itself is it's supposed to be to look dated for its time.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
To me, it's accurate, but also I didn't love the wrestling of the new generation. Like I wasn't there for Bret Hart and Yokozuna.
Really?
Like I came after. I was Attitude Era all day. So it was it's kind of boring for me, but I respect it.
Dave, did you watch?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Okay.
That and Heels are both on the list.
They really make like all these old guys seem really like jovial and friendly and happy.
Yeah,
and they weren't.
But I can only imagine a room filled with Iron Sheik and Macho Man and the nonsense. Like, they were not having a good fun time. That's for sure.
Oh, you know what it
drinking,
is,
but
yeah. You know what I think it is though, and this is similar to that story I told you guys about the Inhumans. Remember the story I told you about the kid who got all the adults to tell them stories about their mom, and the version of the stories were always these versions that were kid friendly. When I watch Young Rock, I think of it as the way the Rock remembers everything was kid friendly because especially because the first episode they showed them like playing poker around a table. You can't tell me these wrestlers drinking, playing poker were being so jovial. Like when he says the F word, which I won't say because you guys always get mad at me, but fake. When he says the F word, and I think Andre picks him up and like puts him all the way to the ceiling, and he's just like, "Does this feel fake?" And he's like shaking. It's just like, yeah, the real version of that is Andre might have been drunk and lifted this child up to the ceiling.
Yes.
Macho Man was probably yelling, "Fucking kill him."
Brother.
So that's what I think. Like, I like that the TV show is giving us that perspective. And I'm actually looking forward to, because it does change, right? Because when he's in college, the way he looks at his dad is not the same way he looks at his dad when he's a kid. And I think that's a very subtle thing that the show does that I don't know. I hope most people are noticing it because I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
College Rock and Kid Rock are my favorite. High School Rock needs to go.
Yeah, High School Rock.
You like High School Rock?
Yeah. High School Rock is kind of annoying because he's a teenager and he's only out for himself, which makes sense because when we were teenagers, we were probably like that. But it's also like, dude, your mom is working so hard. And are you really just out here shoplifting and just blowing off responsibilities so you can hook up with that girl? Like, no offense. I'm not trying to
pass her better, maybe. I don't know. That's just skinny.
By 80s standards, cool. Okay, I guess. But
even by 80s standard, that ain't it.
And it was very, you made a good point that it's very much like through a kid's perspective.
Right, yeah.
WWE has that, we were just talking about the plane ride shit. They had a story time. They do that animated show, Story Time.
Oh,
yeah.
They had a story time episode about the plane ride that they have since pulled. And it's just like really funny animated, like, Ric Flair was in his robe. That was it. They pulled that quickly.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Hey, yo,
Wait,
Motherfucker.
who invited this guy? What's going on?
Beef. First of all, I want to say hi.
This feels like a WWE heel intro right now.
Oh, Kobe, I'm on your ass. Give me 2 minutes. First, I want to say congrats to my man Skinny on your baby. Congratulations, brother.
Yes.
Proud of you.
Congrats.
You did a
Thank
great job. All the genetics worked and blend and make one beautiful ass figure. Lemco,
Figure.
when are you pulling up, brother?
Yeah, I gotta get out there. I know.
Come
I
sit
know.
with- Now, Lemco, you're in for a treat because I have beef with some people on this right.
Ooh.
Some people equals one person.
There's beef right now. Listen, I was in Montreal for 2 weeks. I was on 2
And not a
weeks.
call. And not a
Let
call,
me
not
go.
a mention.
Lemco seen me. We bumped into each other. Now, I don't want to say people on the podcast are ducking the work. But it's just kind of funny how I was home for 2 weeks. Nobody could have took a megabus. Nobody could have took a flight, drove a ride share, nothing. I'm just saying, Lemco, I'll let you guess who on the panel is made this evening. I'm just gonna leave it at that and drink my water.
He's talking about Dave. He's
100% maybe Dave. Ooh.
For a second, I thought it was me, and I'm like, no, I don't have to take a megabus. I live in the city, so
No, I reached out, so it ain't me.
I was talking to Wizzy because Wizzy was just like, "Yo, we have to set up something with Akeem." I was like, "Okay, let me know when." And then Wizzy, by the time Wizzy told me when he wanted to do it, I was just like, "But Wizzy, I can't do that weekend at this time." And then next thing I knew, you were gone, and I was just like, "Shit." So at least on my end, sorry about that, man. Because
it's all good. I was in and out. It was 2 weeks, 18 shows in 2 weeks.
That's not in and out.
That is not
It's true.
What happened?
That's a stay.
stopover.
That's a stay.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
No, it was 2 weeks.
But you were working though. Every time I looked at your story in Montreal, you were at a show.
Yeah, I only saw you because you were at a show.
That's it. Like I wanted to try to meet up with a bunch of people and hang out, play Connect 4 with some people, but some people just couldn't make it out. You feel what I'm saying?
Bro,
Some people did not reach out. That's all I'm gonna say about
for
that.
real. I didn't get a message from the Akeem.
There's two threats there. I'm not sure who we specific you're threatening.
Dave, you got a special place right here, always and forever.
Yeah, Dave, you live in the city. You don't take a megabus. He's not
You know
talking.
what I'm saying?
How do I kick this guy from our? Hold on, where is this?
I'm talking to dudes with spray on beards. That's who I'm attacking.
Okay, you're talking about my beard is spray on.
Dude that got the spray on beards.
Look at the patches in yours. What's going
Bro,
on?
listen, I accept it. I know. I know I got patches.
At least I got a beard.
I own it. But no, I really wish I could. But how you guys doing, man? I miss you guys.
Oh
man,
man,
it's been a minute.
Yeah, we've just been chilling, doing the podcast, 265th episode. So that feels crazy when we think about how long we've been doing this. I'm on a panel. I'm on a panel this weekend at Pop Montreal, Pop Symposium.
Congratulations!
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that because podcasting in the pandemic has been very interesting. So I mean, shout outs to StreamYard. I know they're not sponsoring, but we talk about the fact that we use them for this, and this has really helped us really shift up the show and doing it in a whole different way. But it's been really it's been a benefit to us. I mean, I still want you guys to come through. Like it's crazy. One of the things that really sucked was I was so excited when I moved because we used to do the podcast in this really small ass room at my place, and we did it no AC.
No, it was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. Right? Remember when we closed the door and when we'd open it, you'd feel the whole cold air just sweep in. And we did that for so long, and then I finally moved. I got a nice big office with a big table, 6-foot table that fits in here. I could fit multiple people, and then the pandemic hit. Right when we were about to do it, pandemic hits, and it's just like fuck. So it's been an interesting ride for anyone who I think the only episode we got to do a few episodes here, which I wasn't even fully set up. Like I didn't have the lights, I didn't have all this stuff, so we kind of just had the camera. But I think the episode that I got to do with the most people was when I did the Valentine's Day special in 2020. with Miriam Khan, Soke,
Okay,
and
yeah.
my friend Michelle, Spicy Mish. And that was fun just to do that. I mean, that's her name, Spicy Mish. That's the nickname. I don't know.
The government?
No, not the government. No. Imagine
supposed to be shorter than the actual name. Now, hence the fourth nickname. It's not supposed to add another word to make it just as long.
Yeah.
It was just fun to be able to do that show, and then gave them all these scenarios of things I've done in the past in relationships, and asked them like, did I fuck up? Now that I think back, it's just like, why would you ask these? Why would you have three women if you? Of course, I fucked up. I know they were going to say in most cases. I think only one case they said, Brian, you know what? We can't blame you for that one. But everything else was just like, yeah, you fucked up. You didn't read the room. I was just like,
Well, I don't want to stay on too long. I don't want to hijack the show. But I just wanted to come on and say I love y'all. Keep killing it. Ty, I miss you, brother. I miss all of you. I want to come home soon. And
do you have to bounce though? Because I wanted to ask. I was just about to ask a question about Amber Rose's tweet today, and I feel like
what was the tweet?
She tweeted asking people, asking women, in what order would you list these four? Loyalty, looks, personality, and money.
Wait, there's an order of priority.
She's asking them what order of priority would you put them in? Although she asked women.
What's the question?
So it's loyalty, looks, personality, and money. How would you rank those in order of priority?
For a woman?
I hope she said
for women, for men.
Oh, for men.
Yes,
what are you asking me, Brian?
I'm asking all y'all, what are your thoughts on how would you list that? Loyalty, looks, personality, and money.
I hope she ranked loyalty and personality high.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her tweet right now.
Yeah,
and she did, but I don't know if she meant an order of things that, like in her tweet, because first is loyalty, second is personality, third is money, and looks is fourth.
Yeah, because the link in her tweet to the Instagram post, she took the Instagram post down, which I don't understand.
Oh.
But the original post that I saw on the someone sent me the Shade Room link, and it showed the original question is what order would you put these in, and then she listed them, and then she tweeted afterwards, "I'll go first: loyalty, personality, money, and looks." Looks was
cap. That is cap.
Yes.
Yeah.
She recently unfollowed me though, so fuck her.
Hold the phone. She was following you to begin with.
Yeah, he's like that.
It's like super weird because she only followed like 300 people. It made no sense. Yeah. She must have like forgot at some point and was like, "Who's that guy?"
Amber Rose followed you.
She did. No longer.
But what was? I want to know what you were posting at the time. For
I know, eh?
I like this guy. I relate to this. Let me click that follow button.
I don't know. I followed her and she followed back, and I was like,
Hey.
"Cool."
Oh
That's
shit! Okay.
That blue check, man.
Easy.
That blue check.
Yeah, I think I hit those DMs immediately and got no response. And then something like 4 years later, she unfollowed, and that's the story of our relationship.
That's hilarious. But, that's all cap though. She's full of
That is
shit.
all cap.
Yeah,
she's
right.
full of
Okay.
shit.
Thank you. I'm happy someone else said it because when I saw the original post and it said loyalty, I'll go first. Loyalty, personality, money, and looks. I was just like, don't get me wrong. If she wants to put money low, I get that. But
I get that now. Like if you asked Amber Rose 10 years ago, it'd be a different response.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
It's easy to say when you have money.
Facts.
Facts.
Yeah, these regular women are gonna say that so they look good because their shit's public. But in person, if they talking amongst their girls, it goes money.
Yeah. In reality, there is no such thing as an ugly billionaire.
100%.
No such thing as an ugly billionaire.
If you have a boat and you're old, you're chilling.
Yeah.
For these regular women, it's money, then personality, looks, and what's the other one? Loyalty's tied for fourth.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's exactly
Damn.
what that is. Especially
is it really okay? So I never dated in the modern age. I sound like a friggin' boomer right now.
I know, right?
But I never did like the online dating, the
Props to
app,
you.
Tinder, none of that stuff.
You're
Is
missing
it that crazy right now dating?
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh,
It's
Dude,
wild.
I mean, back 2 years ago when I was dating, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah,
Again,
remember?
Very vindictive and very instant gratification type people.
And
It's social media, man.
And dude, it was so weird because I was on it for 1 minute, like legit a minute. Like the time in the time of my life, it felt like 1 minute. And the first day I was on it, I was on Tinder, Plenty of Fish, something else, and something else. And Plenty of Fish, I got a request for a dick pic from this chick immediately, and I was just like, "What is happening?" No, I didn't know her. I didn't know her.
And again, this is something that we say different live than if we said it with our boys, whether or not he answered yes or no to that question.
No, I didn't send it because it and I'll be honest, it scared me to have someone be that forward.
For continuity reasons, you've proven and mentioned many times how you are Captain Freak-a-Leak of this show. But yet, a girl asking you to send a dick pic is going to scare you?
Yeah, I bet you know how back in the day we responded ASL? He probably went ASP, angle, size, position. What do you think?
This boy scared me. Well, if you don't shut the fuck up.
You know what the move is? I've been twice in my life as a nice young lady. No, I don't know why I quantified young. A nice lady.
A nice lady, respectable age.
Yeah, twice in my life have I been requested a dick pic, and what I'll do is I'll open a computer with their Instagram in the background, so it's kind of watermarked.
Oh,
amazing! That's
smart.
You just gave away the secret.
Oh man, you gave
that is great.
God damn.
That is
dating in these streets is tough though. Like I'm off the streets. It's fall, so I'm looking for love.
Yeah, cuffing season has begun, right? Isn't that what it is?
So I'm in early recruiting season, but it's bro. You know what's hard? Fucking Clubhouse. That's
okay.
Bro, I've heard horror stories of people falling in love, submitting, catching flights across the country, getting there, and now they stuck for 9 business days and they don't know what to do.
Oh, fuck.
Like it's crazy. So
wait, is Clubhouse that app?
Yeah.
Talking to people.
Yeah.
They're talking the forum app. It's like
They were venture capital. They made they got a whole bunch of venture capital money, and then they were evaluated at $1 billion off of literally just being
real
talk on.
And then what happened?
They came at the right time, pandemic. People probably
it was the timing.
Did it ever hit Android though? Because I figured the thing was it took too long.
It did.
Yeah,
the buzz died down because it took too long to get on Android.
And they said the reason that they can't switch to Android is because with Apple they know. And this is something that this is for the nerds who give a fuck about this stuff. The reason that a lot of people launch on Apple first is because all the phones will always be the same. Apple makes their one product. Android is used on multiple different companies. So it's harder to gauge the quality of the phone itself because some are cheaper and some are more expensive. With Apple, all of them are the same. So why Clubhouse was staying on Apple is they knew the microphone was good enough for them to do what they wanted to do, and they designed it based on that microphone. And when it went to Android, they kept telling people the problem is the mics. We don't know if the mics are going to work. But Twitter and all those guys created their different versions, Space and all that stuff, and they were just like, "Fuck it, we don't care if the mic works. You guys will figure it out. You guys will
buy a goddamn adapter."
Space is yeah, exactly. That was the thing. I remember thinking when Clubhouse kept saying like, "Well, it's the mics." I was just like, "Bitch, just give me the app. I'll figure it out. I have my because I know how to hook up my phone to my soundboard so that I could literally talk into this mic into my phone and hear everything. If I really want to go that far with it, I'll figure it out. People will find a way." So yeah, I started getting mad. That's one of the reasons I was so annoyed with Clubhouse when it came out, because I was just like, listen, I'm not going back to a damn iPhone just so I could talk to a bunch of people in a room across the country.
First of all, iPhone is the GOAT. You guys need to start being adults and just get on it.
I switched off of iPhone.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around.
You need to grow up by expanding your mind to other horizons, my friend.
There's a reason iPhone rhymes with drone.
And you're right here, Dave. And then Dave comes out with, "You need to be a better person."
Yeah.
The only one where I know that I'm on the wrong side of history is I do Apple Music instead of Spotify.
Hey,
That's rare. I don't hear that much.
It would be crazy if I started to
And I love it. I got Apple Music and I love it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I know we're wrong, but yeah.
I met someone who told me the other day I'm on Amazon Music, and I was like, for what?
What?
You're supposed to like send those ads to your spam.
That's like telling someone back in the day that you used a Zune device or something. What the fuck is he doing, bro? I got a Zune?
Oh, that is great.
Before I hop out of here, quick question. Because we got to keep it geek-tastic, right?
It is.
Yo, so what if? What do we think so far?
Yo.
Okay, we can talk about this week's episode.
I didn't watch it, so this is my perfect time. No.
Wait, did you guys like this week's?
I didn't like it.
I liked it.
I didn't like this week's.
I didn't like this week's at all.
Really?
Yeah, this week's was too much for the play. I didn't.
The last two weeks were ass.
Yeah.
They're kind of fill me in Tyler.
I was talking about the Killmonger one.
No,
you're
Zombie
talking
was
my bad.
Yeah.
The zombie joint and then this week's one were ass.
Killmonger's was dope. I loved it.
Killmonger's was dope.
Ty, do you watch?
Skinny,
you watch
okay.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't know it came out already. I'm excited.
Oh, it's so good.
That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be good.
Ty's busy. I'm not as busy as Instagram makes me look. I have time to watch that.
I mean, Instagram makes me pretty busy.
Yeah, I literally watched all of season 2 of Ted Lasso yesterday.
Yes, that's my show.
I still haven't started that.
I know people weren't happy that they won all the Emmys, but I was just like, guys, if you watch the show, you kind of understand why they won all the Emmys. Like,
really?
Yeah. If you watch season 1 and 2, you watch the writing, the way the acting is, you understand why they won Emmys.
Drama, comedy. How is it?
It's a comedy.
Really?
That you know, just it's a true, honest story about someone who's going through a lot, and he's slapping on a happy face. Like, put on a happy smile is his fucking motto.
Yeah. And it's just like, and the show is full of just like good people that you're gonna like.
Yeah.
Normally shows have such like assholes in it, and you like want to see them get their like just desserts. But this one's just, like good people that you care about.
Yeah. Even
like
Nick Mohammed's character, the like the towel boy who becomes like an assistant coach. You watch the show and you're just like, you feel for him. Even when he's an asshole, you realize he's an asshole because of circumstances. He's not actually trying to be a bad person. You understand in the context of his relationships. And I like that they set that up, because if they didn't show you certain parts of his life, you'd be like, why are you treating people like this? But you get it. Like, you see where it comes from. So I love
that Akeem wanted to leave and now he's stuck in a conversation about it.
I gotta bounce. I'm gonna bounce, but I love y'all. I miss y'all. I appreciate y'all. I should be home probably. You know what? It's not gonna be for a while. I'm not gonna say it.
I ain't gonna lie. I love it.
I really tried it. It's really new. Stay safe. And Tobes, get right.
Bro,
whenever you want to smoke, let me know. I'm here. Hey,
I'll send you
my Ducking Connect 4 for months now. Oh my
god. Stop it. Yo, aren't you supposed to leave?
Now.
Aren't you leaving?
Aren't you supposed to leave?
He's been ducking the work. He was talking all types of shit, and everyone.
Bro, it's still gonna happen.
Nick Cannon.
Before you leave, why is Connect 4 your game?
Right?
Listen.
It's like I'm great at tic-tac-toe. Like,
what's the toe? And people have their thing. Some people have their thing. I just gravitate towards it. It is what it is. But I think the bigger issue in this conversation is that Toby thinks he can handle me, but he's been ducking the work this entire
I'm not
time.
ducking anything. The
This is
opportunity just hasn't presented itself. I'm glad we have all this record of you talking so much shit. Because when it does happen, bro, it's going all over your Facebook, it's going all over your Instagram, it's going everywhere.
I thought he was gonna say going all over your face. That'd be nice.
I almost said
talking begins.
I almost said pause because I was like,
you let me know when y'all want it, and when y'all want to set it up. If y'all want to take this to the West Coast and pull up, we can do it live. Okay.
I've been thinking about coming out west, so we'll see about that.
Bring the game and bring the work. I want to hear no excuses, Tobes.
I got you.
Right.
I got you. I've been
practicing doing push-ups in the middle of the street, Toby.
God damn. Someone get this dude out of here.
All right, I love y'all.
Team
I'm
peace,
out.
man.
man.
Always
Oh,
having
bro.
memories come through. That's
That was hilarious.
Oh, wow.
if you guys are listening to this only, make sure you follow Akeem Grams with a Z on IG. Go
Who
check
the
him
hell
out.
is that guy?
I have no idea.
You know,
Just
did we
dropped
ever
in.
introduce? He just came on. We started saying Akeem, talking like he was here the whole time.
But he did bring up.
But yeah, I was
What's
gonna say, huh?
Tyler says something.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, do you want to know how Akeem and I met?
I want to
Yeah.
know. I do.
He was a competitor, and I was the commentator of a competitive Nerf gun league.
How does that? Where do you find that?
That's
That's
hilarious.
amazing.
I got mine right here.
I gave mine to my cousin.
He was a fierce competitor, and we've been friends ever since.
It shows he's a fierce competitor.
I had the machine gun, the like 30, and I used to, and I don't even know how I got my hands on one, but I was just like, this is fun, and I just had it, and I would sometimes take it out and just shoot at windows, and then put it away and never play like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, I know. My boss gave me mine because he literally took it one day. He's like, I don't want this shit in my office. Take this big ass rifle and 250 bullets. And I was like,
Ooh,
okay.
This is what
Like,
I just
little does he know that he would even
that's what I had.
pay you.
Right? Hold on, I'm gonna get this
automatic.
Oh no, that's not mine. Was the I'd have to look for mine because mine had the like it rotated all the way around.
I know which one you're talking
It took
about.
forever to load too. So annoying, but it was so much fun.
This
Oh,
thing,
That
and
one's
then it
dope. That
comes
one's
off,
dope.
and then
Yeah.
you can do other things. And it like, I'm gonna break this.
Is
shit,
it the dart or the balls though? The balls are much better than the darts.
the
yeah,
dart?
that's fair.
Those are darts. Yeah.
This
My
is
friend
dart.
has
Anyone
Not the
who
magazine and shit. Like this is hardcore, man.
Again, for the audio listeners, we're now all just showing our toys because we're
It's a Nerf gun.
this is a geek podcast and we are nerds. If you didn't understand, we have toys and this is our best lives.
So he brought up What If.
Yeah,
I've noticed
let's talk
that
about
like every it's I'm not sure what the pattern is here, and there is none, right?
Yeah,
I-
Skinny's kind of hitting it.
The pattern's down.
Yeah,
No, I don't think
Is
so.
it
I think
down? I don't
I
think
think
so.
it's one episode is serious, one episode is like
Yeah, that's what
light.
it's been. Yeah.
like, and that's the thing is like, example, I like this episode. No, I'm not saying it's the best episode of like, oh my god, but like it was entertaining. It was a bit upbeat because all the other ones are super dark. And the one thing I liked about it in this episode, well, two things. The fight was dope between Thor and
Sure.
Captain.
and that was also to set up the thing like who is actually better, right? That was like
Yeah, but
part of that.
that's
And-
one of the things that bothered me about it. We
It
weren't
didn't answer
actually
it.
going to see who's stronger because
Yeah.
she can't actually go full strength. She could destroy the planet.
Yeah.
Like, take
But
him
she
to
does
the
get the
Mojave Desert. It's like, yeah, because hopefully if you punched him, you wouldn't crack the earth in half. Like, that's a we've seen her fly right through a
there
ship.
is one scene that proved that where she punches him so hard,
Yeah.
but he didn't like the mountain. The way she punched him, the whole freaking mountain should have exploded.
By
Yeah.
Chi, who are we talking about? I haven't
Captain
seen
Marvel.
it.
Captain Marvel
Okay.
so Thor comes to Earth
Right.
to party. This is the Thor we meet as a single only child, never
Yeah,
had
he never
Loki
grew
as a
up with
brother
Loki,
in
yeah.
this like alternate reality.
So he's a
just
dick.
like
Yes.
pretty much.
He's a Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad.
Exactly.
He's a jock. He's a jock.
He
It
goes
was
to different
painful.
planets to party, pretty much.
Oh my god.
But he
was
comes to
painful watch.
Midgard, and obviously Shield. It's like an alien is here, and like they send Captain Marvel based on his power level to go confront him. And she immediately, again, they always depict her as like this hard ass with shit up her ass. Like, why is she always so tight? You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
it is.
But oh man,
Yeah, he did
He's
that.
constipated, Toby. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
but you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wasn't like written like that in the comics, like that crazy.
No,
like,
no,
series.
definitely never. Yeah.
Yeah, they make her very like drill sergeant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
That's a little much, but
No.
anyway,
You know what? I think they did that because they skipped over her being cool. Like, remember when she was in the black, like bikini outfit that she used to wear with the
Mhm.
lightning bolt? They skip over that version of her and make her the military suit right off the bat in the
Yeah.
MCU.
yeah.
I feel like
Honestly, they would have done better by showing her more lighthearted side. She'd be a more popular character. I don't think
would
she's
think
as
so.
popular as she should be right now.
yeah.
But anyway, her and Thor face off. You could tell she holds back, and Doc's right. Like if she were to unleash, like Thor was going full.
Yeah,
You could tell Thor was going full power, and it was not affecting her.
Yeah. Which basically indirectly answered the question.
Indirectly.
One thing I also liked about,
did anyone ask the question though? We knew she was stronger than him. They said she was stronger than him.
I think it's more for the average fan again.
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say I think the cash don't know.
So I think that I like that this is like one of the ones that had like the most real voices to the characters.
Yes,
there wasn't a lot missed there, but
voice cast.
Yeah, and one thing I really like, and this is like a personal preference, I love Thor banter, and Chris Hemsworth does it so well. Like he's just naturally good at it. I always found so like there was a lot more of that, which I liked the comedy of Thor, so I enjoyed that part of the episode.
Yeah, I didn't like the frost giant Loki.
It's what you had to expect, though, like right because whereas Thor was like lighthearted, like he doesn't have to be any vengeful anymore, Loki. So he's happy,
Yeah. Like Loki got raised by his actual family and didn't get played his whole life.
Yeah, exactly.
So he doesn't have to find out and feel betrayed. He's just like, no, these are my peeps. He comes through with his crew full like, yo boys, let's bounce. Like he's full on like the alpha of his squad, and he's just like, let's bounce. And I get it. I think I'm okay with the idea that the episodes can go lighthearted and real heavy. I think the thing that throws me off is the idea that Uatu, like, no offense to Uatu, but bitch, why are you watching this one? If you're watching every universe, this is not like you're an all-seeing Uatu and you're spending time watching a party boy fight a drill sergeant. Why? What's the point?
I imagine. So.
But wait,
the ending is
Brian, do you always watch only comic book movies? You also, you sometimes watch something serious.
I'm not a god of the universe, Dave. If I was,
and I think a god of the universe has the same concept that he wants different tastes.
If I was,
so as a god of the universe, I tend to think that it's fine to watch different things. Try your palate elsewhere.
Right.
It's something I often do. I have one of those like cracked Fire Sticks that has like every channel in the world, and I'll very often just go like watch the news in other countries just to like feel what it's like there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel you. That's
actually see real news.
I feel like that's comparable.
I mean, he's kind of right.
He's not wrong.
That's kind of the feeling you get. That's kind of the feeling you get from him this episode. Though he seems a bit more lighthearted than the last couple, I think. And he's so distracted by what's happening that he doesn't see the end coming. Did you notice he's just like, oh, wait a minute?
Yeah, when he turns around and sees the portal open, you're just like, oh, and even Uatu's just like, oh shit, I didn't notice this was happening in this universe.
Well, don't spoil that.
I'm not gonna say what's up, but
I was gonna say that was kind of spoiled in the trailers for What If, though. But anyway,
I don't watch them trailers.
But they didn't say which episode, because that's the thing that I've noticed about What If. It's just like, here's all the trailers for every episode. You don't know which one's which, and it's just like, fucking assholes. Because sometimes it actually annoys me because I'm like, wait, is that? Oh, Howard the Duck's in this one again. God damn it, that's just Howard the Duck again for the 5th time on this show.
How many episodes is the show going?
I keep forgetting to check on IMDb, but I mean,
it might be 12.
Might be 12. Word.
I would say you have no reason to limit yourselves. If I was Disney, I'd be like, just keep making more of them. Like,
according to Google, there's only 6 episodes.
Oh, that would be how many are out though? Probably.
Oh, 8 episodes.
Loki was only 6, and Hawkeye was only 6. Hold on, let me see. There's a
What If is 8.
And this is the 6th one?
This was the 7th.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the next one is supposed to be the one where maybe things tie together.
Maybe.
And if
because
they don't,
like the endings, especially this one, I'm like, what's the point of showing this?
On IMDb, it says there's 9, actually.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a secret episode that comes out. That'd be great.
Because all I know is so far we're gonna get a gold-suited Gamora because we haven't seen that in any episode yet, and that's been shown in the trailer, and they even made a minifig for it. We're gonna see an Avengers team where Captain Carter is in the lead because we saw that circle shot that's a reference to the first Avengers movie. So There's like at least one episode that starts to tie things together that we've seen trailers.
Oh yeah, Dave's right. Dave's right.
Skinny
First
just
season,
saw something.
first season consists of 9 episodes, still October 6th. Second season, 9 episodes, could be released as early as 2022.
Or what if they filmed more than one season?
Yeah.
I'll let Dave finish. Dave?
What if they filmed more than one season though, and maybe they're showing some snippets of future episodes?
Probably. I think it's supposed to roll into the next season. Like that's probably what will tie in like the next season.
The Gamora thing though is not for next season because that you wouldn't release a minifig for something you're gonna have in 2022.
Skinny, let's see what you discover.
I didn't see shit except for that in my email. Sex Education season 3 is out, so yes.
Oh, that's what that was. Yeah, it's
nothing related to What If, Marvel, or anything.
Hold on, wait. Is it Mulder or Scully? She was Mulder.
She's
You are not somehow dragging the X-Files that this relates to Marvel.
I'm not dragging anything towards Marvel. I'm just saying Sex Education is a great show. And as an older actress, she's quite fine.
She is. She's Scully. She's Dana Scully.
She's super fine in that show.
You know what show she was really good in that I'm so mad? Like, they fucked up the show so bad that she left, and I was just like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Hannibal Lecter show?
No, that's also American Gods.
Oh well, fuck American Gods.
When she plays Media in American Gods, which if you read the book is such an interesting character, and Media always presents itself as an iconic person that you saw. Like Media is I Love Lucy, and in the book, Media says, "Do you want to see Lucy's tits?" and like pulls a top, like does all this crazy stuff, and you're just like, man. This character's crazy. So I got really excited when she was gonna play the characters. I was like, yo, they had her dress up as Bowie, they had her dress up as Marilyn Monroe, they did all this stuff. And then like they got rid of the showrunner, she got vexed and she's just like, I'm out. And then they replaced her with this Asian girl to be New Media. And I was like, no, you fuck.
No.
That's
weird.
Say what?
They Aunt Viv'd her?
Yeah, they Aunt Viv'd her, kind of.
Or she Aunt Viv herself.
Yeah, in a weird way. Because the way it's the idea that it's the idea that Media upgraded, right? Media is not just television; it became the social media and stuff like that. So they got this Asian girl who was like TikTok and TikTok, IG, and Twitter and all that stuff connected, and then internet, who was supposed to be that, got reduced to a different. Anyways, man, American Gods really.
Somebody got high and wrote that one. That was not a good idea. That's terrible.
Unfortunate.
But Sex Education season 3 just means for me that I can stop. Well, not that I can stop. See, with the new child, I don't really have control over what we watch. It's more or less what floats the boat of the mother. And she's been watching Mom lately.
Oh yeah.
No, not oh yeah. Why is it 8 seasons?
I said oh yeah because it's a bingeable show. There's like 8 seasons.
Mom, is that with that blonde? Yeah. What's her name?
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
Yeah.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh
yeah.
my.
Is it?
And
bro, like wow. I mean, it's like
the crazy part about that show is she bounced. She had her contract signed. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Sorry. But spoiler.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
What?
Maybe go tell wifey not to listen to this part.
Who left? Who leaves the show now? What are you doing? I'm on season 2.
Sorry. Wait, I feel bad telling you now, though, if you actually want to watch the show.
Wait, did Anna Faris fall off, or did Chris Pratt pull some Hollywood bullshit?
Wow. Oh, no, he pulled some Hollywood bullshit, got her the fuck out of here. He's like, listen, I'm an Avenger. We can't have her coming up. Like, we need her to stay down because she was Scary Movie. And in this show, which is not a good show, at least there's continuity that I kind of wanted to see what was going on. But Mr. Bri over here.
Yo, but homie, she leaves literally the second to last season. Or last season. So
how do you do the show without her?
Exactly. That's why the show got canceled. Oh. She was signed on until season 8. Then at the end of season 7, she's just like, I'm not coming back. And they're like, oh, okay. So they started season 8 without her, wrote her out of the show, and then they were just like, this is the last season.
So it's just like the mom, and all the goofy side characters? And
exactly. Yeah. I didn't watch the show. I just, me, I read the trade stuff too because I'm always finding that stuff interesting.
What show do you think falls off the biggest cliff?
Oh.
My vote is, I have a tie. It's either Community which goes from so good to so bad.
You don't. we have a history with Dan Harmon.
Okay.
Dan Harmon.
Or
Woo!
I was gonna say Westworld season 1 and 2 are incredible, and 3 is unwatchable.
Garbage. Yeah.
I don't.
I actually never watched season 3. I just realized
Unwatchable.
I never made it through season 1.
Season 3 is some sort of like weird future where Jesse Pinkman's the main character, and his best friend's Marshawn Lynch, and it makes no sense to anything. It's awful.
I don't want to. I can't.
Is this the same show?
For me, it's always been Lost.
Oh yeah,
Lost is by far the worst.
So Community, that's a good show. I mean, yes, the ending definitely fell off because, especially the Yahoo season, it's just like you guys should have just left it. You had no reason to do this.
I know a big cliff on that. Yeah. Oh, another show.
I would classify Community as a good one. I think at some point, I mean, it just became sad to watch.
Every time Dan Harmon touches a show, it falls off eventually. So
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
I can say I've never watched it, and I can say Rick and Morty.
I enjoy Rick and Morty. I think
Rick and Morty's still good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Dave does too.
Yeah.
I
these guys are harsh and they put their standards on some shows way too high. I'm not saying anything, Doc, but yeah.
Wait,
there.
Okay, hold
it's
on.
bad for me to expect a certain level maintained or better. God, what a asshole!
There's a term called reasonable. Reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable to expect that if you write a show as simple as that, you can maintain a solid story out for multiple seasons instead of just getting lazy with it.
Which show are we talking about now?
I'm still talking about Rick and Morty.
I think it stays consistent. I think it stays good though.
I feel like season 1 and season 2, like I think when you had stories like Rick coming home and putting himself in the suicide machine and then passes out and so he doesn't commit suicide is solid. But when you have episodes where it's the snake planet or the horse people with the it's like I start to be like, guys, this is not the same level of quality that you were giving me in the first 2 seasons. Hey, again, because you guys aren't the only ones. My buddy always tells me, he's like, I don't know, man. I don't think it's as good as it was, but the way you talk about it, it hasn't fallen off as hard as you say.
That's what I say.
You know what's interesting? We live in such like an age of communication and information because I haven't talked to anyone about this new season, and therefore I liked it. And now I'm agreeing with you.
That's what happened.
That was a new season information. That was old season information.
That is what happens on this show. Literally, Brian and I talk about liking something, but then as we start talking about it, we start realizing wait, we don't really like it.
Oh yeah, what was that show that was supposed to be good but was bad? What was that again?
I don't remember. There was a movie we were talking about, and we were like, by the end of it, we're like, oh man, I don't know if that. I don't think we actually liked.
I think it was Snake Eyes. No, that was Blazing
Eyes. Snake Eyes we hated from jump.
But we recommend this. You should watch it, and then we start talking about the things we didn't like.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And we were like trying to pitch it the whole time. We're like, we're not doing this justice. And Dave's like, no, I think you're doing it justice. It's not a good show. We're like, no. Actually, it's funny you say that. I wanted to say the same thing about Why the Last Man, because Why the Last Man last week I shit on it a lot, but I actually want you guys to watch it because I think it's
That's
good
true.
show.
I haven't watched it.
Because Dave was just like, yo, man, I'm not watching the show. I'm like, no, Dave, give it a chance. They just fucked up everything we know, but it's still good.
Dave was just like, ever. Did you like this about the comic book? Yeah, they got
rid of it. Yeah. I know. When I say it like that, it sounds bad. But when I think about
it sounds bad. It is bad at that point.
You know how
you like this? They took it out. Like
how much of a fan of the graphic novel I am, and after what you said last week, I'm like, it's been open in a tab for the past week and I haven't clicked play on the episode.
It's like your heart's a stone and Brian just chips and chips and chips, and by the time he's done, he does a last tap and it just shatters and it doesn't exist anymore. And he's like, let me scoop this up in a trash can and throw it away over a bridge.
He's just mad. He's just mad because every time we talk about Big Bang Theory, I prove why Chuck Lorre is not a good showrunner.
No.
Oh, you could say that as much as you want. I enjoyed the show because it was nonsensical.
I know. I'm just.
Oh, you're a Big Bang Theory fan?
know, right? I know, right? Oh my. Anyways,
I'm a Big Bang Theory hater.
Same.
If we're gonna talk about shows that fell off, though, then we always Game of Thrones, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
how
Last season.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones lost a 3-1 lead in the finals.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Game of Thrones
I can't even go back and watch old. Like, I do that a lot with some shows. I can't because it's so there's no payoff.
Because it was the best. It was the best show ever until it wasn't.
Heroes.
Heroes
was so promising and just bam.
So here's the thing about Heroes.
Writer's
we
strike,
watch
though?
it though.
Yeah, it was the writer's
the
strike.
first
It was,
season is still 100% watchable.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, Game of Thrones too. The only reason is because those guys got Star Wars. And they were like more interested in that.
And we said that. Remember, we said the only reason it fell off is like these guys started getting deals other places because they did so well. And then the worst part is they fucked up all their deals because they don't even have the. They had the Netflix deal. They had the Star. All of it started to fall apart, and now I don't even know where they are.
Yeah.
They were supposed to do
it, right?
They're a bum on the side of the street.
But they were supposed to do that show for HBO. They were going to work with people to do the show about if the South had actually
won the war.
That didn't. So, and then Black Twitter was just like, "Listen, motherfuckers, we are not playing.
We will burn that shit down. That is not happening."
And
let's get like Tyler Perry to make it or something.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
And then that fell apart. Then they got the Star Wars deal, and everyone was just like, "Oh shit!" Then Game of Thrones got fucked up. Then the Star Wars deal went away. Then they were going to be at Netflix. Then the Netflix deal doesn't seem to be happening, and I genuinely have no clue where they are right now. But whoever their management is, that's a
fire them.
And I guarantee that Amber Rose wouldn't date them anymore.
I mean, Amber Rose 10 years ago wouldn't date them anymore, right? So yeah, exactly.
That was gold.
I gotta put How I Met Your Mother up there.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. You ever watched that? The last season. Again, talk about payoffs.
Can we just say CBS shows?
All of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess.
Have you ever watched a CBS
Seinfeld
show that
CBS or NBC?
NBC.
Okay, last season.
I can't think. Too. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I can't think
More
of
the last episode.
No, last season was pretty bad.
Yeah, last season's. I feel like the last season definitely rode on the wave of them being the most popular show, but I don't know that it was as good as the.
They gave us 4 hours of court in the last season. That was crazy.
I have a follow-up question. What's the opposite? What's a show that in like season 10 plus hit its peak?
Probably the original Law and Order.
I would say Weeds. Didn't like Weeds in the last season of Weeds. I enjoyed.
SVU.
Big facts. Weeds is a show that in the earlier seasons you're just like, okay, it's a suburban mom selling drugs, and in the last season it's just like she's working with the cartel, and you're like, what the fuck? But this is good. Like, it was good storytelling. I'm talking about original Law and Order.
I'm with SVU. Okay, because there are like 10 plus seasons.
I never watched.
I'm always astounded. I'm always astounded how South Park just keeps.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if it's better than the first seasons because those were incredible, but I do find like they haven't lost a step. They haven't gotten worse. They're like constantly innovating.
Agreed. Very much unlike Simpsons. Simpsons now it's like, no offense, you gotta.
But
don't do that.
Simpsons,
they're bad, but they need to stay.
But Simpsons is one of those shows that. In Skinny, every time we talk,
they say they're bad, but they need to stay.
Yes.
The literal fabric of the universe will fall apart.
He always keeps saying like,
literal.
It's the only thing that ties us to our childhood. It's like
only thing left. Simpsons is the only constant from everything. If that goes,
Simpsons.
Those people are going to die soon.
Oh,
they have a plan.
Wow, Dave.
Dude, every week we've been reporting shit. Because I would rather see them, just like how I don't watch Picard. I don't want to watch Simpsons anymore because even if it was good still, I wouldn't want to have to stop watching because someone passed away. And they're all there, man.
It's not about it being good. It's just the constant the universe needs. It's like an Infinity Stone. You take that shit out.
Oh God!
The world falls.
You're comparing the Simpsons. The Simpsons is an Infinity Stone.
That's not a bad.
Simpsons is the Infinity Stone of Earth. Okay,
that's not a bad.
2 months ago, the ocean was on fire. Okay, you want to see what happens when the Simpson goes away? Okay, let's go. The ocean was on fire.
But
I think
one
the
of
show
the
to me that stuck the landing the best, like through and through, has to be Breaking Bad.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
from
fair.
beginning to end, there was
fair.
no bad episode,
that's
pure level, and then ended on the craziest, highest note.
Robot chicken.
Robot
went up.
chicken.
Robot Chicken, interesting.
Started off bad, went up. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
true.
Yeah,
Started
he
off
was
bad,
right.
went up. Okay.
Well,
yeah,
it started
I get
off
it.
mediocre and then went up. Like way up.
I was gonna say though, The Simpsons do apply as a show that started off mediocre and went up because
Yes.
The Simpsons have so many seasons that the best era of The Simpsons is like the 8, 9, like later years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
like-
Like
yeah.
the original animation was despicable.
Oh, it was weird. It was weird.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons had a whole career. They had a whole like rookie phase,
Yeah,
then the peak, and then the twilight years.
and then the self-referencing years. Like they're at a point where it's like we're referencing shit we did 20 years ago.
Yeah, Simpsons now it's Shaq on the Celtics.
No one knows it existed, but it's still there somehow. Yeah.
It's still there.
One show that
Sometimes it looks like Shaq.
Sometimes it gives you an ever so little glimpse just to remind you.
Was the Celtics stint after the Heat stint?
It was
Must have been, right?
It was Heat, then Suns, then Cavs, then Celtics.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh boy.
That's
one show
old.
that never lost its stride or was always better, I find, was Justice League / Justice League Unlimited. Even though it's not a TV show, but I'd say as animated, like it was something that was never bad.
100%. I would agree. Agree. Same thing with the X-Men and Spider-Man. Like those are
Yeah.
staples.
No, not X-Men. The last season of X-Men is horrible.
The animated X-Men?
Animated X-Men?
Yeah.
It's the one where half of it is their usual animation, but old stories that were never told on time, and the other half is like this kiddie, ugly, just everything's about Jubilee shit.
It's because they started getting the show produced in Korea or something.
And
they
the
started getting it.
changed.
Yeah, they went for a cheaper animation house, and unfortunately, it didn't do well for them.
Either way, that show does not age well now. Like X-Men now is garbage. Like I'm sorry.
Really?
Oh shit!
I disagree.
I disagree.
You can disagree.
I disagree hard on
I'll show
that.
you. This is the show.
I disagree.
This is it. You can.
But you know
disagree.
what does it? The
You
theme
mean-
song. The theme
Yeah.
song.
When you got Dave's doing it like that, yeah. I mean, it sounds all weird, but yeah, no.
That's right, Dave. That's right, Dave. You let him know. You let him know.
Let me know, Dave. You let me know. I love it.
If you guys never watched The Americans, though, man, again, I would suggest watching The Americans.
So I watched The Americans season 1 and 2 and 3. What season does the daughter find out?
Halfway the middle season. So how many seasons is the middle season?
Okay, so I stopped watching right before the daughter found out.
Oh, man.
Where what's that actress? The woman from I can't remember.
We're talking about their handler.
Yes,
Yeah.
who's amazing.
Yeah.
She played the mother on a show with Will Arnett, and that's I feel like I'm disrespecting her by making that the only thing I remember her from because she's such a good actress. But she's also on BoJack Horseman, which again disrespectful. But
yeah, I don't know her real name. She played Claudia on the show though. But
yeah,
she was good. She was honestly, the acting on that show is incredible. Incredible show. Crazy premise too.
One show that never, in my opinion, never lost its stride and actually had one of the best finales, or like not best finales, but like very fitting finale is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. No, fuck Dexter.
Yeah.
Is season 8 the last season?
This is the.
Is it done? No.
Yeah, it's done. The last episode was this past week, and I really enjoyed it.
Real quick, Margot Martindale. There you go.
Oh man, I should have known that. Yeah, she's pretty famous.
Shout outs to Margot Martindale. I know I feel really bad that I didn't remember her name because she's done so many amazing things. But
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This season, honestly, I was. We've talked about I think last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually pretty impressed about, even though we all know it's the last season. They're not necessarily rushing through it.
No,
it feels very like fitting.
They rushed through releasing the episodes, but the writing, you mean,
the writing was very good. I want to
say real quick, NBC, you have the worst track record when it comes to how to roll out a season finale, like a last season. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is such a good show for you. You saved it when Fox canceled it. You brought it over. You kept it at home, Universal Studios. You did 3 more seasons. And then the last season, you double book the episodes. You double team the episodes every week so that they burn out quicker. And then it's done. You did 4 weeks of 2 episodes each. You gave us 8 episodes. You did almost no promo. You did almost like you had the after show for the series finale on Seth Meyers instead of the Tonight Show. Like the levels of disrespect that they put on Andy Samberg and this show is insane. So they deserve better because it was a good show, and it was an
amazing show in my opinion. Especially since everyone hated on it originally because they're like, oh, another crappy cop buddy show. Even me, like I watched it out of wanting to make fun of the first episode. I'm like, I actually really like this. I just don't like Boyle. And then before the season was over, I'm like, I love Boyle.
I just don't like Boyle.
No, I get it. He's a tryhard. When you watch the show at first, Boyle is kind of annoying. Like you're like, we get it. You want to be his best friend. Cool, calm the fuck down. But by the end of it, when the show's done, you start to respect that like Boyle's actually a good cop. Like he's not playing. He in some cases he's better than Jake because he's Jake's partner, and there's often times where he helps make Jake realize that, hey man, not every case we're on is Die Hard.
Who's the straight man
on that show? Holt.
Yeah, 100%.
Holt's the straight man.
The funniest part about the character is he's the most straight man character ever, and
like seriously. I mean, technically Rosa as well, except for Rosa.
No.
Rosa's straight. Yeah. Rosa's straight, but she likes to prank the shit out of people.
Yeah,
essentially.
I love that they made the 2 straightest characters the 2 gay characters.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to. I'm like, wait, we just named the 2.
Maybe LGBTQ.
Yeah,
that is great. Was that intended? That's pretty meta.
Probably. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, man. That show, honestly, Holt is like watching the evolution of Holt. My buddy was just like, when do you think Holt really cracked? And I was like, Miami. When they had to do the witness protection and they moved, I think it's Miami, but wherever they did
Florida. Yeah.
Florida?
Yeah, Miami, Florida. I'm saying, yeah.
But wherever they did the witness protection is where Holt was just like, okay, I don't have a choice but to be kind of crazy with Peralta. And that's when I was just like, cool, this is good. I like what they did here. It was solid.
All the times he called them dad by accident.
We need a supercut of that. Because that was great. And then to get emotional at the end and be like, you know, I know you see me as a father figure, and you know, you could be like the son. It's like, whoa, like even I was in my feels for a moment. I was just like, that's all he wanted to hear, man. His dad was a pilot and he sucked. He needed a father figure. You go Holt. Like,
you go Holt.
Is great. And
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. The way he texts and everything kills me too. Always has to sign everything like after a text, sincerely Holt.
Yeah.
He dates Kevin Costner. Like it's crazy. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Such a good show. Wow, that's great.
That guy's underrated.
He is.
That plays underrated. Great and everything.
Oh yeah, he was The Good Place. Is that the other show? Yes.
Yeah.
He's really really good.
One thing I liked about the ending though is that it was like. It was a good conclusion for us as like the people hearing this story, but the ending showed that like they still had lives together and stuff. Like by doing the like we're always gonna do the heist. I was like, that makes me happy that like technically in their universe it wasn't over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I was saying to someone, I think the reason they left it open that way is because Peacock can now do like Brooklyn Nine-Nine specials.
Right.
Like if you're gonna do like a special, you can just throw on. Like, if I was any of the American streamers, I would 100% adapt to the British model, which is just like, because they kind of did it. Here's 8 episodes for the season. Here's a Christmas special. And you don't know if we're going to come back. And if we do, we'll have fun. And if we don't, you enjoyed what you got.
Yeah.
That model of doing shows like that makes sense to me. I saw someone write Malignant.
I haven't seen it yet. Honestly, there's just way too much.
Funny enough, I watched it.
You watched Malignant?
Well, I watched it because my buddy's in it. So shout outs to Dan Ramos, who is a Montreal comedian who moved out to the sunny city on the West Coast and has been acting and been getting roles and stuff for a bit. Yeah, he's in Malignant. He's always posting about him and James Wan just like talking and stuff like that, which has been crazy. But yeah, man, it's really cool. It's a dark story. The twist at the end I didn't expect. It made sense though for what they built up, because they kind of built up to that ending. And I wish I should have realized that's where they were going with it. But it was fun. It was a fun movie. I think it was really good, and the acting's good. The action is cool. Like, that's one of the things. I'm not one for horror movies, so watching it, I was kind of like a lot of like turning away and being like, God, that's pretty grotesque. But in the end, I had to give it props, because even if I'm not a big horror fan, it was good. And it wasn't like horror. It's not like it's like a slasher film where the villain kind of is disfigured and you're like, okay, well, I mean, this is like Leatherface or any one of the other murderous characters. It's not like it wasn't like insanely gruesome, but then it starts to get a little gruesome, and that's when I was like, good God, okay,
I'm gonna watch it.
That's why I'm
gonna watch it tonight before bed. Perfect.
Oh, that's okay. I see.
Oh my gosh.
I watched it first thing in the morning.
Like, Brian's like, I had to turn away. I didn't feel so good. He's like,
me hearing that makes me go, all right, now I got listen. I got a projector in my bedroom. I'm putting it on right in bed with my popcorn, and I'm watching that tonight. 100%.
Lord have mercy. 7 a.m. is when I watch it.
I love horror movies, man. They give me a special kind of giddy, you know?
Oh, Lord.
Special kind of giddy.
Guys, I didn't realize it's an hour and 4. We are done. We're usually 90 minutes. We try to be, but this was such a fun episode where we just kind of went off the rails and went crazy with it. And I had a lot of fun, man. Yo, Tyler, thank you so much for coming through, dude.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be, episode big number 256.
265. Yeah.
265. I'm a little thanks for having me. This was fun.
And yo, man, great questions too. Like the whole fell off, and those are specials that I almost wish we could just do a full episode dedicated to talking to that. And when we do, we should hit you up, because those are fun conversations.
Even if you don't want me on, I just write the questions. I'll send them in.
We'd love that, man.
We'll have you come through, because it's a great conversation. It's real fun.
Awesome.
Tell the people where they can find you and what
at Lemco on all the things. TLEMCO. You'll find me, and you'll hopefully catch a glimpse of all this weird shit I do. There's always something happening.
This is true.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right.
Is that it right there? At T Lemco.
At Dr. Lemco, Dr. Lemco, if you want to see the art.
Yes. Great art. Cool. He does good art.
No, I don't.
And you also do photography, right?
I do. Yeah, these are all just like hobbies, but yeah, I guess if you have an Instagram page dedicated to it, you do it.
Yeah, I was gonna.
What kind of art are we talking about here?
So 3 years ago, I started painting just for fun, just because I want something to do after work. And funny enough, someone was like, "Hey, where can I buy a painting of yours?" So I made a website. And in the past 3 years, having no training, and I'm not good at all. They're very, very bad. But I've sold 60 paintings.
Oh shit, dude!
I mean, that might mean you've got
some
kind of talent. I don't know.
I was about to say, that's the opposite of no talent.
Right?
I got to do this 10-footer for a friend's wedding.
Oh, cool.
I got to do it.
I'm actually on your page right now. I call this one white wall. That made me crack up.
I sold a blank canvas from the dollar store that I wrote in Sharpie. I call this one white wall, and sold it for $60.
But that's art, bro.
I love
the genius of it.
Yo.
I love art.
When I was in university, they brought us to an art exhibit, and someone had painted a canvas white, and a whole bunch of people were just like, "This isn't art," and the professor was just like, "But they did it first, so they get to say this is a part. This is their piece, and they consider it art. And now it's for you You get to decide how you feel about it, but the museum has it up, and that's the conversation.
Reminds me of Blades of Glory. Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Exactly. My opinion is art is anything that makes you feel an emotion, and if frustration because of selling a blank canvas is an emotion, that's art.
Yeah,
that's great, man. This is cool. Actually, you guys should go check these out. These are actually great. I actually really like these.
That's why I said it was good art, because I chuckle. I laugh a lot.
That's awesome.
Dope. Word.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you. You're welcome back anytime.
Awesome.
We'll hope you'll come back soon. We're not on the next week, guys. We told you in advance. We're taking a week off, but it's also International Podcast Day next week, Thursday.
Okay,
September 30th, which is also National Truth and Reconciliation Day in Canada. So if you work for a federal establishment, you may have the day off, like I do, and so take that day and try and focus on the things that have happened and take a moment, but also maybe listen to a podcast or two, because you might be home not doing anything, and we might we're going to try and put something out, because it's all about schedules, and that's the thing, that if we're going to do our best to put out something on the Thursday for you guys for International Podcast Day, but if we don't get a chance to, you can always just check out our past 265 fucking episodes, which we have had a huge fucking blast making for you guys. So
you just wanted to fill up for the swearing on those last two.
Yeah, at this point. Hey man, remember I did radio for 17 years, so when we got to podcast, and it was a huge shift for me. Like that's
true. You used to censor yourself talking and everything.
Yeah, man, shit was weird when you mute yourself. Anyways, I'm not gonna go back to that. But boy, that was weird.
That was a lot of practice too.
This nigga would mute himself.
I love the idea that there's a reconciliation day, and it's like, what's it for? I don't know. Take your pick. Like, think about something bad and how that shouldn't exist. That's it.
So there's literally a holiday on the 30th.
If you work for a federally regulated institution, National Truth and Reconciliation Day should be a holiday for you. So I work for a telecommunication company. So I think Dave, you probably have it off too, right? Yeah, Dave and I both work for telecommunication companies. So
that's great. What if you work in media and communication?
You have to check, because I see. So in my case, I looked online, and because I know my company is federally regulated, and I heard that the holiday is a federally regulated. Mm-hmm. So banks are closed, post office and all that stuff. And I was just like, oh, okay. And I was just like, I wonder if we have the day off. And then my company sent out an email explaining, yes, September 30th, that we have the day off.
I'm about to put that bid in right now from my work.
Because basically, I think it's every company does have the right to say yay or nay to it, I think, though.
Huh.
Is there do they explain what it's the truth and reconciliation of?
Yeah.
They do.
It's for the indigenous community.
For all our past transgressions.
Yeah, it's
Canada's got some splaining to do this year.
Yeah, exactly. It's because I think the day originally was Orange Shirt Day. Because if I'm not mistaken, and I feel bad, because if I'm gonna bring it up, I should be informed.
I think it was right.
I think it was Orange.
Yeah,
I think you're correct, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah, so Orange Shirt Day in Indian Residential School History and Dialogue Center every year on September 30th, people across Canada wear orange and participate in Orange Shirt Day events to recognize and raise awareness about the history and legacy of the residential school system in Canada. So that's why they put it on that day. So now that day can be a federally recognized holiday where we can address it and still wear orange shirts. So if you guys have an orange shirt, go put it on September 30th.
Is it a new holiday?
Yeah, this is the first year.
Yeah, it's this year. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's true. Not all of you might have known. Apologies. This is a new stat holiday. Again, federally recognized. It would be cool if it became a national, provincial too. As it stands, it's the federal decided to do it first, and well, I guess we'll see how it goes. But September 30th, and then yeah, and then we have Thanksgiving right after, and we have Labor Day, so it's actually quite a few in 1 month.
I take back all the things I said that was making fun of it.
No, I mean, it's again because I didn't do a good job of explaining what it was. You're this is a geek comedy fun podcast, so it's not wrong for you to be like, let's have some fun.
But I also just don't know anything.
This is what happens when I try and explain things that I don't have right in front of me. I fail, and then this is what happens. But hopefully, you guys can enjoy that day. And like I said, hang out and do some podcasting, and we'll have a blast.
Yes, sir.
Jay Grizz has said he's reserving episode 316. Listen,
we're not playing the Austin,
John,
the Steve Austin
yeah,
music.
exactly. I was just like, I feel like specifically not giving him 316 because he requested it.
I love it.
I'll say this: if the season finale of the Hawkeye episode coincides with that, we might do it, because we did say we would let him come on to talk about Hawkeye. Because remember the bet? We did say we'd do the bet. Anyway, we gotta bounce. Guys, anything else you guys want to tell people? Longest sign off.
I'm good, man. Stay safe, stay sane, get your exercise in, drink your water.
There we go, folks.
Bye, Tyler's art.
Yeah, that too.
There we go. We out, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.